Hello everyone. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on flux core arc welding process. Flux core arc welding in short form we can represent it is in FCAW. Okay. F represent flux, C represent core, A represent arc and W represent welding. It is a fusion welding process. Fusion welding process means here the temperature of the parent material goes beyond its melting point temperature, and it is a generally fusion and arc welding process, where a arc is generated in between electrode and workpiece. Due to this arc, heat is generated. This heat generally melt both electrode as well as workpiece, because here a electrode which is used that is actually consumable types of electrode. That is why it is a process of arc welding and fusion welding process. These are the contents of today's lecture. That means we will cover the first introduction, then welding setup, then principles of operation, categories of this flux core arc welding process, what is the equipment used for this process, then structure and characteristics of flux core arc wires, then function of the powder field inside this core of the electrode, flux system use, operating variable, then advantages, disadvantages and application. Here you see the use of these welding techniques appear in 1950. It is actually the modification of MIG welding process, you can say. MIG welding means where the gas used for shielding purpose is CO2. So, it is also sometimes called MAG welding process, because CO2 is an active gas, that is why it is called MAG welding process. So, it is a replacement, or you can say it is a modification of this MAG welding process, in which generally a solid wire is replaced by a flux core electrode wire. This flux core electrode wire is a tubular wire which is filled inside with flux and alloying elements. What I am telling you, understand? That means in this process, instead of using a solid wire, here generally used a, let this is the filler wire or electrode. So, this is a hollow wire, you can say, hollow wire. If we see the cross section of this electrode, or it is a consumable electrode, because this is melted, this is the cross section, top view you can say. So, inside this generally, inside this core of this electrode filled with flux or some alloying element. So, as inside this electrode, or you can say filler wire, there is a hollow channel which is filled by flux or you can say some alloying element. That is why it is called flux core arc welding process, because here there is a flux core which is inside the consumable electrode. Okay. We can say this flux core arc welding process is a alternative of shielding manual metal arc welding process, or you can say shielded metal arc welding process. What I am telling, understand? Why it is alternative? Because in case of shielded metal arc welding process, this is the electrode. At the top side of this electrode, there is generally used a flux cover. That means whatever the flux used in SMAW, that is shielded metal arc welding process, here this is metal core and it is generally flux outside. So, it is used generally in SMAW process. This is SMAW electrode, consumable electrode, this is FCAW consumable electrode. Now, here you see, as this flux is covered in SMAW outside the what it is called electrode, that is why this is not able to wind in a spool. What I am telling, understand? That is why it is called as manual metal arc welding process sometimes. So, in SMAW process, as the flux is used outside, so we can't wind up in a spool, but as here flux is used inside the filler wire, or you can say electrode, this we can wind up in a spool, and what happens, this system we can automate. What I am telling you, continuously we can feed this electrode to workpiece and which can be automated. So, that is why here you see this SMAW process, as there is a flux is a brittle types of coat, brittle coat you can say. So, once you going for auto means wind up around a spool, then what happens, this flux cover will break out. Then what happens, its function will be degraded. That is why what happens, these types of thing is not able to automate this SMAW process, but this FCAW here you can continuously feed from a spool, because you can wind up this flux core wire in a spool. Now here you see these types of welding process generally contain not only flux inside this core, here there can be some other constituents also. If you want to increase the characteristics of your filler wire, then you can use as per your required alloying elements also. What I am telling, understand? So, this inside core you can use alloy types of powder, or you can use only flux types of constituents also. Now, you see this fourth point I have written, this flux core electrode is coiled and supplied to the arc as a continuous, which I have told you, because as the wire is outside, the wire is what it is called metallic in nature. That is why what happens, here you can wind up this wire with a spool. Now, here generally the whatever the shielding is provided, this shielding is generally developed by the burning of this inside this flux, whatever the flux or flux constituents used inside this core wire, this flux constituent generally it is burned and it generates some gases. These gases generally used as a protecting medium of this electrode as well as weld pool from the atmospheric contamination. Sometimes here we can use some extra shielding for some advanced types of application, where generally more shielding is required, especially for thick section where generally more shielding is required. There generally we can use the extra shielding types of arrangement. That means some extra shielding gas supply arrangement, which will provide some extra shielding gas, which will help with the addition of flux burn types of gases to protect the weld pool from atmospheric contamination. Now, here you see this is the details welding setup of this flux core arc welding process. Now, you see here I have shown this flux core arc welding setup. Here there is a gun, you see this is generally called, this is a gun actually, you see this is a gun, or you can say this is torch. This torch has a trigger, you see here is a trigger, this is a trigger. Okay. This trigger generally used to initiate and stop the electrode feed as well as gas flow rate, as well as it is also used to stop and start of electrical current to the arc, as well as it is also help to supply water for cooling purpose also. What I am telling, understand, this trigger has a very important application. It will help to start and stop the electrode as well as flow gas. So, lot of function of this trigger have. What I am telling, understand. So, and in this gun generally there is a nozzle actually, which generally used to direct the shielding gas to the arc and weld pool. Sometimes this gun here I am showing little bit more clear way, then it will be more clear to you. Let this is the electrode, this electrode is passing through a tube. This electrode is passing through a tube. This is called contact tube. This contact tube generally directly connect to the power source cable, and outside this contact tube, and this is generally the electrode, you can say consumable electrode. Outside this there is a nozzle, this is a nozzle. Okay. This nozzle generally sometimes used, sometimes it is required, sometimes is not required. This nozzle generally supply the shielding gas if required for some particular types of application. That things here I have written. It is also this gun can have some cover of nozzle, which generally used to provide the shielding gas. This is generally shielding gas. Now, you see this contact tube generally connected to the power source terminal. Here is a power source. So, this contact tube generally supply the power or you can say current to the electrode, and here the arc is generally developed. Here the arc is generally developed. So, this gun is look like this. So, here outside there is a nozzle, inside there is a contact tube, and this nozzle generally supply the shielding gas, which generally sometime it is used, sometime it is not required. And this is the workpiece, this is the workpiece which I am showing here, this is the workpiece. Apart from this thing, here there is different types of cable and there is different types of hoses. Hoses means pipe, this cable and hoses which are used to supply the electricity, as well as which is hoses or pipe generally used to supply the gases which is required to prevent the whirlpool as well as arc from atmospheric contamination. Okay. Now, here you see one by one I am just leveling, then it will be very clear to you. This is generally called drive motor, it is a drive motor, this is called drive motor. This drive motor generally used, you see, this is a spool, you can say, this is a spool, okay. This is a spool which generally coil the electrode, or you can say consumable electrode, which generally continuously feed this coil by using this driving motor. What I am telling, understand? So, this is a driving motor which continuously drive the electrode from this spool to this nozzle by using a motor driven pinch roller. This is a roller, actually this is a roller, this is a roller system which is generally is a motor driven. This is the drive motor which is generally drive this roller. Due to the rotation of this roller, what happens, this consumable electrode continuously feed to the gun, and what happens, it is continuously consuming and what happens, welding is done. Okay. Now, here generally there are used different other types of element also, that I am just leveling it, that then it will be very clear to you. This is actually shielding gas system, shielding gas system. This shielding gas system generally sometimes it is required, sometimes it is not required. Sometimes it is required means for generally very high thickness plate, where generally flux burning gas is not sufficient. That time generally what happens, we can use the extra shielding gas system. This is called flow meter, this is called gas flow meter, this is called gas flow meter which control the flow of the gas, and this is called regulator, which is used to supply the gas from cylinder to this torch region. Okay. This is called power source, this is called generally power source, here I am writing PS, power source. And what happens, there are different types of cable system which you can see. One is called welding power to workpiece cable, another one is called shielding gas supply hose. Here you see, this is generally, here one by one I am just writing, this is actually shielding gas supply, shielding gas supply pipe, you can say, shielding gas supply pipe. It is welding power to work power cable, you can say, okay, welding power cable, which is generally connected, you see, which is connected to generally workpiece. Okay, you just keep this thing in mind, and this is called input power plug, you can say, input power cable with plug. Just this is the detailed setup of a flux core arc welding process. These things only here it is written. So, here is a mount which is used to spool or coil the electrode. There is a controller, which this control station generally containing relay, then solenoids, it can contain timers which is needed to integrate the system. It also have some shielding gas system which if it is required, then it is used, sometime it is not required. Okay. There is used a power source which generally provide appropriate amount of current and type of current also. there is a water supply for cooling if it is necessary of this gun, especially this gun or nozzle you can say. Now, this process can be semi-automatic or fully automatic types of process. Okay. This you just keep it in mind. Whereas, you see in SMAW process, that process generally is a manual arc welding process. So, because why it is manual? Because we can't control the feeding of this electrode automatically. Because the automatic system is generally depends on automation of filler wire as well as automation of speed. If both filler wire feeding and speed is controlled automatically, then it is called fully automatic system. If one of the component, that means either filler wire is controlled manually or traverse speed is controlled manually, then it is called semi automatic. If both the thing is not possible automatically, both the thing is operated manually, then that is called fully manual process or simply manual process, which is a example of this manual metal arc welding process is SMAW process. Okay. Now, here you see in flux core arc welding process, here as the flux is used inside the wire, that is why this electrode size generally little bit higher diameter than GMAW process, or you can say MIG welding process. That is why here there is required a higher current power source and larger welding gun. What I am telling, understand? Now, here you see, here for shielding purpose generally there can be used some extra shielding gas, as in this process due to burning of flux and ingredient of this alloying element, there can be developed some smoke which can be toxic. So, to prevent these toxic fumes, generally sometimes there can be required a smoke suction nozzle. This smoke suction nozzle is generally required to surrounding the gun nozzle. Then what happens, this will suction this smoke from this region, which is help to prevent these toxic fumes. Now, here I am just showing the principle of this operation. Here what I have already explained, you can say. Here the principle means how the heat is generated and how it work, that you should know. Here heat is generated, generally there is a electrode which is a consumable electrode. This consumable electrode, you can say, here I am just showing, instead of showing all the thing, let this is a roller, it continuously roll this consumable wire. So, here the arc is generated between this workpiece and this is called electrode which is consumable. What I am telling, understand? That means this electrode burn and droplet form, this droplet transfer from electrode to workpiece. So, this is the arc, and you see this is a flux core electrode, flux core, F represent flux, C represent core electrode. Okay. Inside this electrode there is flux. This flux, once it burn, it develop gases. These gases generally shielding this arc as well as weld pool from the atmospheric condition. So, here heat is developed by a arc. This arc is generated in between this electrode and workpiece. What I am telling, understand? This electrode and this arc heat both this workpiece as well as this electrode, due to which this electrode as well as this arc piece melting is taken place. What I am telling, understand? Due to this melting of this electrode and arc piece, the material deposition is taken place over there, and due to this joining is taken place. This is the main principle of this welding operation. Keep this thing in mind. Now, you see these things only here I have shown. Here I am just labeling this different component. You see this is called nozzle, this is called electrode, which is called flux core arc welding electrode. Okay. This is called arc, here I am labeling, this is called arc. You see, once this flux burn, here always keep this thing in mind, once this flux burn, this flux converted to slag. So, burn flux is called slag. This slag generally its weight is comparatively lesser than molten material. That is why it float over the surface of this molten material. You see this is the weld region, here I am writing weld, and above this weld you see there is a layer of impurity or slag, you can say impurity which is mixed with this slag and it is float over the surface of this weld material, or you can say molten material, it is called slag. I am writing here. Okay. You see, so this is the detail leveling of this thing, this is the welding direction, this is the welding speed direction. I am leveling it everything, then it will be very clear to you. This is called shielding gash. Instead of writing shielding gash, I am writing only gash. Okay. Just you see, and this is the droplet, this is the molten droplet, filler droplet. Okay. This just you keep it in mind how it is formed. Now, here you just keep it in mind what I have already told you. Shielding generally here obtained from burning of this ingredient, which is generally this electrode ingredient inside the core, and additional shielding also sometime may be obtained if it is required by using some extra shielding gas cylinder. Whatever the ingredient here we are using in case of flux core arc welding process, this can contain deoxidizer, it can contain ionizer, and it can contain some purifying agent also. Okay. And sometimes this flux core contains some alloying elements also to improve the joint quality, what I am telling, understand. Whatever the electrode is feed into the workpiece, this feeding is done automatically. These things you just keep it in mind. Here the arc is maintained automatically and the arc travel can be manual or by machine. That means moving of these torch can be manually operated or it can be mounted in a trolley which can be automatically control the speed of this arc. Once both feeding of this wire as well as travel of this arc is controlled automatically, then it is called automatic welding process. Now, categories of this flux core arc welding process. There are mainly two types of this flux core arc welding process we can categorize. One is called wire that require use of shielding gas, that is we can say flux core arc welding process with shielding gas. Here the shielding gas which are commonly used, which is usually CO2 gas, carbon dioxide gas. Sometimes there is used the combination, that mixture of argon CO2 gas also. And another flux core arc welding process which does not require this additional shielding gas, that is another category. This flux core arc welding process which does not require this additional shielding gas, it is sometimes called self shielded flux core arc welding process. This is a very important types of welding process. Everything I will discuss in details in subsequent slide. Here you see flux core arc welding process without shielding gas. Here what are the things used inside the core of the electrode? It is just you can say contain the flux, what I am telling, understand. So, inside the core of the electrode whatever the elements used, it is a flux. So, once this flux burn, it develop gases. This gas generally used as a shielding medium to protect this arc as well as weld pool from atmospheric condition. That is why it is called flux core arc welding process without shielding gas, what I am telling, understand. This arc welding process, as there is not require a extra shielding nozzle, that is why here in this welding process we can eliminate the shielding accessories, shielding medium accessories in the sense like cylinder and this gas flow system, regulator, lot of things we can, and nozzle system also we can eliminate. That is why this flux core arc welding process without shielding gas is a portable, and as in this welding process inside the core there is used mainly this flux, that is why its penetration is comparatively higher than flux core arc welding process with shielding gas. How it is, little bit I am explaining. Generally here you see this flux generally does not carry the current. So, here this current is flowing only this hollow solid section, what I am telling, understand. Due to this here generally current per cross sectional area, in this case if it is solid then these things also will be added. If it is a solid things then this pool area will be used as a current carrying medium. What I am telling you, if this is a solid types of wire, then here this area will be, let us A1. So, here you see, in this case this A is this hashed area, in this case this area, this A I am just representing A0, A0 is this hashed region. So, here you see current density means current per unit area, in if it is flux core, then current per unit area is high, whereas if it is a solid types of wire, here current per unit area, here in this case if it is solid, then in this case your current density will be less. Here this is called current density, I am writing current density. So, flux core types of wire current density is high than that solid types of wire. What I am telling you is because here the area is more, because this flux does not carry the current, generally the flux does not carry the current. Now, as this current density is more, so it creates more forceful arc. So, as it creates more forceful arc, that is why what happens in this types of welding process, we will get more types of penetration. You know, higher the current density, higher will be the penetration. That means, if the force in an arc is more, then more will be the penetration. That is why here I have written, in this case it has a good penetration in the base material. Some disadvantage of these types of welding process, it generally produce excessive toxic smoke. Okay. And in these types of welding process, as flux is used, once this flux burn, then this flux generally create a slag layer over the surface of the weld. What I am telling you, that which I have shown in previous slide, that slag is often difficult and time consuming to remove. Okay. Now, we will discuss flux core arc welding process with shielding gas. So, in these types of flux core arc welding process, here generally a additional supply of gases is required. What I am telling, understand, which I have shown in setup of this welding itself. There is a extra cylinder we have to use, and there should be a nozzle to supply this gas to the workpiece region. Okay. So, this is known informally, you can say it is a dual shield welding, which was developed primarily for welding structural steel. So, in these types of welding process, here whatever the core wire we are using, this core wire may contain not only flux, there can be some other alloying element also. What I am telling you, or this core wire sometimes used only metal core wire. What I am telling you, that means metal powder is inserted inside this core of this electrode. That is why in this case, whatever the gases develop, that gases is not sufficient to protect the whirlpool from atmospheric contamination, whirlpool and you can say arc from atmospheric condition. Let this is the arc, this gas is not sufficient. That is why in these types of welding process, additional types of nozzle is used. This nozzle generally supplies some gases, that this is the gas supply system. From there the gas is coming through this nozzle and it is passing through like this, what I am telling, and it is cover the whirlpool as well as this arc from atmospheric contamination. What I am telling, understand. As here two different gases are using to protect the molten pool and arc from atmospheric contamination, that is why these types of welding process is called dual shield. What is this two different types of gases? One is called shielding gas, additional shielding gas from cylinder, another one is due to burning of this internal ingredient, some gases also develop. That is why as here is used the additional shielding gas, sometimes this welding process is also termed as combination of GMAW welding process and flux core arc welding process. These types of welding process generally preferable where better types of general shielding medium is required, like it is used for structural steel purpose. Generally these types of welding process is preferable, and as here the shielding is more tight, that is why it is preferable for thicker types of section as well as in out of position also. Whatever the slag here it is creating, that slag is comparatively easy to remove than the previous welding process, that means flux core arc welding process without shielding gas types of category. Now, here in general, here the weld of better and more consistent mechanical property, because here the shielding is more tight, you can say better than previous one, you can say. That is why here we can get comparatively better and more consistent types of property than SMAW as well as GMAW welding process, because in GMAW welding process, you know, there is used only one shielding medium, but here you can see it is dual shield type. Here one shielding gas is generated from flax, another one is separately we are using. That is why here mechanical property is better than this GMAW as well as SMAW process. And here we can allow a higher production rate, since here operator does not need to stop periodically to face a new electrode, like which is used in SMAW welding or stick welding process, where generally manually this stick welding is operated, and very frequently or periodically we remove this stick from the power source and we manually add another one. So, that types of thing is not available here. Here there is a continuous feed of electrode, consumable electrode to the workpiece from a spool, what I have already told you. That is why what happens here, the production rate is comparatively higher than SMAW process. Now, the equipment of this welding process, essentially the equipment which is used in MIG or MAG welding process, here also same types of equipment is used, but here the welding torch, the wire feed unit and the power source all need to be more powerful, because here we generally use comparatively higher current density as well as thicker types of wire to maintain or to generally control that thick wire and higher current density, the power source should be more powerful. Now, the equipment used in flux core arc welding techniques consists the following main part, you can say. One is called power source, another one is called controls, wires, feeder, wire, welding gun and welding cable. Everything I will discuss in detail in subsequent slide. In these types of welding technique, as it is a consumable types of electrode welding process, okay, that is why here you see in these types of welding process, you know, it is a consumable types of welding process. First of all, DC power source is used, and as it is a consumable types of electrode, so more heat should be generated in electrode, correct? That means around 70% heat is required to generate in electrode here, and 30% heat is generated. That is why to get this thing, what are the thing required? This DC electrode should connect it to which terminal? It should connect it to positive terminal. That is why DC EP types of polarity is preferable in these types of welding process. And as this is a continuous feed system, as this is a continuous feeding system of the electrode, that is why here generally use constant voltage types of characteristics of arc. What I am telling, understand? So, constant voltage types of characteristics of power source, what does it means? Constant voltage power source characteristics use self regulating types of arc. What I am telling, understand? Self regulating types of arc means it can automatically control the adjust the arc fluctuation. What I am telling, that is why it is called constant voltage types of power source characteristic. This I have discussed in my previous course, that is called Fundamental of Welding Science and Technology. There you can get more detail about this self regulation arc characteristic. Now, the power source which is used, it has a duty cycle generally 100%. What does it means? Duty cycle also is a very important term which is widely used to design a power source. So, duty cycle is actually the arcing time divided by welding time, total welding time you can say. So, arcing time divided by welding time is called duty cycle. So, 100% duty cycle means whatever the welding power cycle time is there, their full time you can utilize as a arcing time. So, that is why this power source, its duty cycle can have a 100% duty cycle. Some machine generally used which have a duty cycle is the order of 60%. That means where out of your welding time is 10 minutes, out of 10 minutes generally 6 minutes is used for arcing purpose, then your duty cycle will be 60%. Okay. So, this power source can be rotating type and it can be static type. In rotating type of power source is actually the generator types of power source is called rotating types of power source, and static type of power source means transformer rectifier types of system which can have both single as well as 3 phase types of connection. Now, here one thing you should keep it in mind, once we go for using generator, this generator sometimes use electrical motor. Once we use this generator in shop, but once we use this generator for field application where generally power supply is not very frequent, there we can use what happens IC engine, that means internal combustion engine, to run the generator. This wire feeder, which I have already told you, this is the wire. So, there is required to use a wire feeder. Okay. So, this wire feeder generally already I have shown in welding setup, there I have already shown there is used a wire feed motor. This wire feed motor generally provide power for driving the electrode to the gun. This wire feeder means is roller which is connected to wire feed motor, which generally control the feeding of this electrode. Now, in case of this flux core arc welding system, this wire feeder have a characteristics which generally follow the constant voltage arc characteristics. So, most of the wire feed system used in flux core arc welding system are the constant speed type, which are used with constant voltage power source. These things you keep it in mind. Now, this is the welding gun. This welding gun which I have shown in welding setup there itself. So, welding gun, it has a contact tube, you see, this is called contact tube, and if a shielding gas is used, shielding gas supply, actually here this is shielding gas supply. If we use the shielding gas supply system, then there is required to use a nozzle, there is required to use a nozzle. This nozzle generally act as a supply shielding gas to arc region, that here is the arc as well as whirlpool region, to protect the arc and whirlpool from atmospheric contamination. This nozzle, this is contact tube, this is called nozzle. Actually, this nozzle can be air cooled types of nozzle, or this nozzle can be water cooled types of nozzle. What I am telling, understand? So, the nozzle can be air or water cooled type. These things you should keep it in mind, because in case of air cooled types of nozzle, if we use this shielding gas supply, this shielding gas also help to cool this nozzle. And a water cooled types of nozzle generally has a duct which generally permit water to circulate around the contact tube as well as nozzle, then it's cool this nozzle or this welding gun. Okay. Here one thing you should keep it in mind, the water cooled types of nozzle or water cooled types of gun are recommended to use when the current range greater than 600 ampere. These things you just keep it in mind. Then the higher the current, higher the heat, higher is the chances of heating of that nozzle or contact tube. That is why to make it cool, because that should not melt, contact tube as well as nozzle should not melt, there is used this water cool system. Okay. Here that is why it is preferred many application using 500 ampere also, but air cool gun are preferred most application where the current range is less than 500 ampere. Though sometimes water cool gun also may be used less than 500 amperes sometimes, okay, because water cool if you use less than 500, there also we can use for better controlling of cooling of this nozzle as well as contact tube. So, water cool can be used in any current, but what happens, somewhere it may very urgent, somewhere it may not very urgent. So, air cool gun are lighter and easier to manipulate, because here water cool extra system is not required to provide. Now, structure and characteristics of this core wire, what are the different types of structure of core wire are there, that also you should know. Generally this core wire consists a outer tube, you see this is a outer tube, inside this outer tube generally it's contain this powder, okay, which is the combination of flux as well as metallic constituents. Now, depending upon this joining type, it can be seamless types of core wire, seamless, it can be seamless types of core wire, you see, where there is no joining, and there can be a strip which round it and make it a averting types of core wire, here generally connection we made, and there can be overlapping of this strip here you see overlapping types of joining, so that is called lapped core wire, and there can be folding of this edge which can be single fold or which can be double fold. So, depending upon the number of fold, it can be single folded core wire, it can be double folded core wire. So, these are the different types of wire system which is used in flux core arc welding process. Now, depending upon this composition of this core wire, this welding process further categorized into two different categories. One is called metal core arc welding process, that is represented as MCAW, and another one is called flux core arc welding process, where is used flux inside the core. So, sometimes in this core we can use metal, that is the alloying element which improve the weld joint quality, and sometimes we can use only flux. That details I will just discuss in subsequent slide. So, metal core types of flux wire, it generally contain a powder that contains mainly iron and alloying element. Whatever the metal core are there, so inside the core the powder which is used that contain only iron and alloying element. Here only one slag element is used, you can say, which is the island of silicon oxide, that whatever the slag element or flux here we are using, that is a generally only silicon oxide. This wire have a high productivity in horizontal position. High productivity why it is? Because it is used a metal core. This metal core also itself act as a filler wire, because on that metal core on its melt, it is also deposit in the weld zone. So, what happen here, deposition rate will increase, that is why its productivity we can increase. Second one is called flux core wire. What I have told you, this flux core wire is the best suitable for positional types of welding. Why positional types of welding? Because here one thing you should keep it in mind, whatever the flux core we are using, this flux core contains some ingredient which generally makes a fluid types of slag. This fluid slag protect the molten droplet to fall down, that types of characteristics is there. That is why what happens once you use this slag system or flux core wire, that is due to this slag characteristics, what happens, you can use these things in different types of positional welding. What I am telling, like horizontal, vertical, once you use this flux core, then due to this slag cover over the weld, this generally protect the droplet to fall down. That is why here I have written it can be used in positional types of welding, because it provide better control of the weld pool. These things you keep it in mind. In comparison with solid wire, core wire are also regarded providing somewhat less risk of poor fusion. So, these types of welding, as there is used flux core, here generally what I have told you, flux core once you will use, then its current density is increases, because inside this flux will not carry current, only the outer ring, solid ring will carry the current. So, your cross sectional area of carrying current will be less, then what happens, your current density will be more, because current density is called current per cross sectional area through which this current is flowing. What I am telling, understand? But in case in this metal core flare wire, there the metal also carry the current. Okay, there the cross sectional area of that wire will be more for carrying the current, but here it is less. So, that is why if it is less, overall these things will increase, correct. That is why your less risk of poor fusion is there. So, fusion is more, so better fusion you can get here. This you should keep it in mind. As this flux burn makes the shielding gas, that is why it is also called self shielded flux core wire, and it is also core wire. Here one thing you should keep it in mind, this core wire have a diameter range varying from 0.8 mm upward. Here I am just showing how to manufacture this flux core arc welding electrode. Here details I am just showing. Let us first of all, there is a strip reel which generally wind the strip. This strip means thin sheet of strip. From this reel, this strip is come out and it is passing through a roller system. This roller system is called U-forming roller system. That means this flat strip is converted to U-form. So, after that there is a flux hopper which contain this powder of this flux and alloying element if it is required. This system generally provide this flux in this U shape in this U shape types of strip. After that, just ahead of this flux superposition. U-shape closing roller is there. This generally close this U-shape to round shape. This roller system close this U-shape to round shape. After that, it is generally draw to the reel, or you can say draw to the spool, and what happens, this drawing is done by a draw die. So, after that this round shape, this wire filled with this flux is generally winded in this spool. This is the manufacturing procedure. Now, what is the function of this powder film? Here you should keep it in mind. The powder which is using inside the flux, it can contain anti-oxidizing element. This anti-oxidizing element means it generally act as a antioxidants there. It is generally manganese and silicon, or it can contain slag forming element. Slag forming element, I have already told you, it's also help to protect the molten pool from atmospheric contamination, as well as this well pool is, this is the well pool, over this well pool there is a slag layer. So, as this slag layer cover this well pool from atmospheric contamination, so chances of oxidation and other things it's prevented, as well as this slag protect this well pool, it's also reduce the cooling rate. So, once the cooling rate reduced, then what happens, your well pool region generally annealing types of effect is taken place. So, due to the annealing effect, what happens, this well material zone is comparatively ductile than other exposed well material. What I am telling, understand? And this function of this powder fill here can be some alloying element. So, by using alloying elements such as nickel, chromium, molybdenum or manganese, which can be incorporated in the powder in order to modify the mechanical and metallurgical property of the weld. What I am telling, understand? Now, this slag system which is used in this welding process, it can have two basic categories. One is called basic slag system, another one is called rutile slag system. What is basic slag system? Basic slag system is actually, it consists a high proportion of calcium carbonate and calcium fluoride, to just keep this thing in mind. So, basic slag system contains calcium carbonate and calcium fluoride. It is also referred to as low hydrogen electrode. This electrode generally whatever the slag here it's formed on its burn, this slag has more fluidity than that of rutile types of slag system, and this slag is fast freezing site, means immediately it is freezed and solidified. That is why difficult to remove. Generally once after welding, it is little bit difficult to remove this. Another one is called rutile slag system. It's contain mainly the titanium oxide, which is also called rutile. This titanium oxide promote easy arc initiation, smooth arc operation, low spatter, and whatever the slag develop in rutile slag system, this slag generally easy to remove than this basic slag system. This slag rutile generally used for general purpose type of welding purpose, whereas basic types of slag system use generally very costly and very high precision quality types of welding process. Now, operating variables, you see these are the main operating variable of this welding process. One is called polarity, another one is called type of electrode, travel angle, shielding gas type, electrode diameter, travel speed, and CTWD, that is called C represent contact, T represent tip, and W represent work, and D represent distance. So, these are the main what it is called operating variable of this welding process. Okay. Now, I will discuss one by one about this operating variable. Here you can see first one is called type of electrode. What I have told you, depending upon the type of electrode, the penetration is varied for a particular types of welding operation. Like for a electrode of type E70T1, which is a very popular electrode which used in flux core arc welding process, which has generally deeper penetration than if it is E71T1, like you see, because even with same welding process, due to change of this electrode, we can get different penetration. Similarly, travel angle also have a significant effect with penetration. Like in case of travel angle, what does it means? Let this is your welding. So, you see let this is your electrode. So, here if we draw a perpendicular line, whatever the angle it's make, this is your electrode and this is the perpendicular direction. So, the angle between this electrode and this perpendicular line of this workpiece is called generally travel angle. So, this travel angle play a very important role in penetration. These things you keep it in mind. This travel angle can be sometimes drag types of travel angle, this can be sometimes of push types of travel angle. What I am telling, understand? That I will discuss in subsequent slide in details. Okay. Now, generally you just keep it in mind, for welding of better penetration, this travel angle should vary from 0 to 10 degree. This just you keep it in mind. Okay. Now, shielding gas type, generally if we use shielding gas to protect the molten pool, additional shielding gas to protect the molten pool from atmospheric contamination, there can be generally different types of shielding gas. This shielding gas also have an effect on penetration, like it depends on generally a type of shielding gas. Like if we use carbon dioxide gas or helium gas, 100% helium gas, it produce broader types of well bead, as well as it produce deep penetration types of profile, because this carbon dioxide have a higher rate of thermal conductivity. So, the higher the rate of thermal conductivity, broader and deeper penetration there we can get. Whereas, if we use what happens argon gas, 100% argon gas or argon carbon dioxide mixture or argon oxygen mixture types of blend, there we will get generally shallower types of penetration, and less penetration than carbon dioxide or helium gas, because it has lower rate of thermal conductivity. What I am telling you, depending upon the type of shielding gas, this penetration varies. Okay. Now, electrode diameter, you see this is another very important parameter. What I have already told you, smaller the electrode diameter, better will be the, means smaller the electrode diameter in the sense that this is the electrode, its diameter less means area will be less. So, area will be less if the same current is flowing through this electrode, then what happens, if this area is less, this is called current density, this current density will increase. So, higher the current density, better is the penetration, that you know. Okay. So, higher is the current density, better is the penetration, more is the penetration. That is why what happens, for a smaller diameter electrode provides more penetration than larger diameter electrode. But here one thing you should keep it in mind, every electrode diameter has a maximum current density before the welding arc become very unstable and erratic. This thing you should keep it in mind. So, and current reaches a certain level, it will become necessary to increase the electrode diameter. So, for a particular types of electrode have a particular range of maximum current carrying capacity. For some application, if the current level is higher, they are generally we should change that types of electrode. What I am telling, understand? So, and this is also another important parameter which is called CTAW. Okay. Generally, here one thing you keep it in mind, CTAW means distance between contact tube to workpiece. So, higher the distance, more will be the resistance. So, more will be the resistance, less will be the current flow. Current we know, because we know V is equal to IR, V is equal to IR. So, for a constant voltage, if this voltage is constant, if this voltage is constant, okay, if this voltage is constant, then you see if R is increased, then this current will decrease, correct. So, you see, so what I told you, higher the CTWD, more will be the R, more will be the R. So, if higher the CTWD, more will be R, so less will be the current. If current will less, what is the, what you know, current will less, current density will less, so lesser will be the penetration, because higher the current, higher is the penetration. So, that is why CTWD generally have a significant effect on penetration. Higher the CTWD, lesser will be the penetration, lesser the CTWD, better will be the or higher the penetration. This you just keep it in mind. Now, we will discuss about the advantage of this welding process. This is preferable to MAG welding process for outdoor use as well as for joining thicker material, because we are using a slag types of medium. That is why these types of welding process we can use in windy condition. Easy of varying the alloying constituents, offering higher welding deposition rate, and this welding process can be used in all position process purpose. It requires less pre-cleaning of metal than other process, and if you use without an external shielding gas, flux core arc welding is portable and it is very convenient types of welding process. These are the disadvantages of this welding process. Its production of generally toxic type of smoke. That is why what happens, that can make it difficult to see the weld pool. So, flux core arc welding generate more smoke than SMAW or MAG welding process. There is a chance to generate porosity, because whatever the gas formed due to this burning of this flux or core ingredient, if that is not able to escape properly, there is a chance of formation of porosity. More costly filler material as compared to GMAW process. Consistent wire feeding need to be ensured, otherwise what happens, there is a chance to what happens weld defect. So, that to avoid related weld problem, consistent wire feeding need to be ensured, and as here slag formation is taken place, that need to be removed prior to depositing any subsequent layer. And this is generally used over 4 millimeter thick plate. For it can be used butt and fillet weld, manual welding process. Also in all position we can use this thing. Flux core arc welding process generally used in carbon steel, cast iron, stainless steel. It can be used in high nickel alloy. It can be used in hard facing and surfacing alloy also. So, this all about flux core arc welding process. Thank you.